Hi, this is Oscar.
I'm Frederick.
And you're watching DaBelly.
Hi, I'm Naughty Mickey. I'm here with HammerFall, and we're going to have a great conversation today. And tell us your name and what instrument you play so I pronounce everything correct. I'd rather you do it.
Okay, I'm Fredrik Larsson. I play bass.
My name is Oscar Droniak, and I'm the guitar player, or one of them.
Can you spell that?
Probably faster if you look it up on Google.
Hey everybody, you know me, I'm Dave from DaBelly. Well, first of all, welcome to Southern California. Happy you guys got a chance to come out here. I mean, this was, you're not on tour really, and it's NAMM. Yeah, so it's exciting that you're here. Congratulations on your last record, Built to Last. Almost forgot the name of it.
I made a good save, I think.
Tell us a little about the record. It's been out for about a year. Are you happy with the success of it?
Oh yeah, very much so. We released it in November 16, so it's like 14, 15 months or so. It feels a lot longer, to be honest, because we've done so many shows since then. Normally, on a normal year, we release the album, then do your European tour, and then we do usually festivals, maybe South America or Asia or whatever it's on the docket for that particular year. But this time we did a full North American tour as well, and we're going to do another one in a couple of months. So there's going to be a lot more shows for this album than we normally do because of that.
Yeah, it's amazing. This album has had some great legs to it. I had a chance to saw you in Arizona. We're in Southern California, by the way. Had a chance to see you in Arizona on the first leg of the tour. It was an amazing show. You guys, I had never seen HammerFall before, and I was amazed. It was a beautiful show. Yeah.
Where have you been? Where have you been? You rock. Well, I was going to say, I'm talking about the tour. You guys mentioned you played San Diego last night. Tell us a little bit how the concert went.
As far as I remember, it went really good. I mean, it's a total different HammerFall on record and live situation. So we try to get a lot of energy out on stage. So it's a totally different thing, I think, to see HammerFall on show or to listen to the records.
Now, did you stick mostly to your new material, or did you reach back to some fan favorites?
No, there's a couple of songs that we kind of have to play on every show, and it's getting harder and harder to pick the set list, of course, since we have 10 studio albums out. So, yeah.
So, what was your encore?
Of course, we have to play Hearts on Fire.
It's
one of those songs.
All right. Now, Dave, did you have another question, or shall I?
No questions. Go ahead, ask.
Since you guys have been around a long time, now I'm sure the band is involved member-wise. How about the writing and the way you approach your creating the material? Is it more collaborative, or is there stronger writers, certain people that do more?
Yeah, it's more or less the same as it always has been, and this is partly because of the member changes that we've had over the years. The first album we wrote and recorded over a couple of months, and then when that was done, 3/5 of the band quit, or they couldn't continue because we wanted to go further, and they had other bands that they wanted to play with. So there was only Joachim and I left, and we are the only members who have remained on all of the albums. And also originally it was his and my vision, basically, of what we thought the perfect heavy metal band should be like. And so we carried on that vision, basically. So we write almost all of the music generally. Pontus has helped a little bit on some songs. Last album, nothing at all. Or maybe very little. I don't remember now, because he had some family problems that took up a lot of his time. But the album before, he was involved in a couple of songs, and I'm expecting that to be the case for the next album as well. Fredrik wrote a song together with me on the album before that. So people are involved. It's just because it was our vision originally. We are the ones who have the responsibility to carry it forward, basically. And I guess it also goes back to the reason why I started the band in the first place, because I wanted to play the music that I love most, and I wanted to be able to have a way to express that songwriting.
Get girls.
No.
No, get girls.
I think you're talking to Swedish people now. It's not that we don't like girls. That's nothing to do with it. It's more a case of we started playing the music that we wanted because we loved the music, the passion for it, not because we wanted to get famous, because then we would have done something else. Because this type of music in 93, 94, 95, or even further on, especially over in Europe, and it was absolutely nothing that you could invest all your life into and think you're going to make it. So we just played the type of music that we had a passion for, which was the melodic heavy metal. And over here in your country now, it's been really difficult over the years for a band like us, with the clear vocals and the classic 80s sound, or whatever you want to call it. But now, like I said before, we did a North American tour last year, which was really successful, beyond our wildest dreams. It was really, really good.
That's great.
So that's why we're coming back again next year, or actually this year then, in May and June, for a full tour all over the country, basically. And that is because the last one was so successful. So, I mean, things are looking up here too, I have to say. It's looking like you turned a corner a little bit.
That's good. That's always good. Now, since you've the newest member, but 11 years, what different thing, looking back, did you bring to the band? I'm talking about when you look back.
Well, first of all, I play totally different than the former bass player Magnus. We are so different. And I try to bring balance and stability to the drums we found with the foundation. And I think it feels really steady.
Is the chemistry good with,
yeah.
I mean, was that like instant you knew?
I've been playing with Oscar forever. It feels like I met in '93.
We started playing together in 1993.
Yeah, we know each other.
That makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Dave.
So you mentioned the first album, and it's amazing that it's been 20 years, and you're doing a re-release, whole new package, a bunch of additional material. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it just came out actually before Christmas. It was something we're not on. This is all our albums until Built to Last was released on Nuclear Blast, and then we decided to change labels. But obviously, since Gloria was released on Nuclear Blast, they were the ones who wanted to do a reissue of it. And because of the importance of that album, both for us and for them and for melodic metal in Europe in general, they wanted to make something really special out of it. So we tried everything that we, brought out everything that we had, basically. It's got a lot of memorabilia, but because Joachim and I we collect a lot of stuff. We got tickets and flyers and shit from the first tour that we did. Stuff like that. Just fun things. And lots of pictures from back in the day as well. So we tried to make the booklet and the packaging like a milestone, for this. Actually, I see a line over there. So, but as far as the bonus material goes, we didn't have any demos. HammerFall has never once in our entire life recorded an actual demo. So we didn't have anything like leftover songs or stuff like that. That didn't exist. So what we did was we put together all the live songs that we had from that time, which was not that many, but a few. Plus, we found a live recording of the Dynamo Open Air from 1998, which was it was like television filmed. I don't know if it aired ever, but it was multiple cameras and stuff. So it's actually pretty good, except for this. We were very green, but whatever. but this also took place during the recordings of Legacy of Kings, so it is in the right time frame. It fits that. So I think that's probably the if I was a fan of a band and I'd never seen this like 20 years later, I think this was a gem to like. So hopefully people enjoy it, and we also did a lot of interviews with the people involved in the recording of Birth of the Brave. So, like I said, we had changed many members, but we managed to get most of them back for this time, and also the producer of the album, Fredrik Nordström.
Very cool.
So that's like a mini movie for an hour or whatever. I don't know how long it is. I haven't seen it actually, but but it's supposedly very good. They were the record label was happy, and that's all I need to know.
Supposed to be good.
Well, you're in Southern California. You mentioned last night you played San Diego, kind of a one-of show. But right now we're at NAMM. You had a chance to go in Thursday and see a little bit of the floors, and of course you're talking to everybody that you're endorsing and everything. What else are you looking at NAMM? What's surprising you about this whole event?
Well, I think this is my third time, but you're always surprised about the magnitude. I mean, it's so can I say that? It's so fucking big. I mean, everything is so huge. It's.
Say it again.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to repeat myself. No, but seriously, I think it's a wonderful thing. It's one of those places where I actually get inspired to write songs. I mean, I don't buy anything here, or usually anyway. You never know. But it's just the new technique. Fredrik showed me something that because we split up to have time to do all the stuff that we need to do, and he showed me a picture of a flyer or whatever it was of a tuner that is an automatic tuner. You put it on the tuning heads, and it tunes it for you. I don't know how. I have no idea how it works, but it was brilliant because that will save a lot of effort. I don't know how it works with the Floyd Rose yet. I'm gonna have to ask them about that.
That'd be a little challenging.
Yeah, probably.
Now, what did you see at NAMM that you? Ooh, good save. What did you? It's beer. Yeah. If it was water, it'd be all over. So, what did you see at NAMM that you really went, oh my God, I want one of those? Or
I'm a pedal geek. I'm a nerd, so I went there for hours. The other ones went on to have dinner and stuff, and I kept going. So I have a lot of pedals that I like to try out. There's some really good news that not in the store yet. So
were there any particular brands you were more interested in, or?
The new Darkless pedals are really, really nice. And we have a new bass witch pedal, a distortion from Lele, a German company. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Very good.
Oh, you're going to hand it back? You're going to attack the beer again this time? All right, we saved the beer once again. This is important.
It's not that much left.
Well, you welcomed a drummer back to your band. Dave has returned from a short departure. It's exciting to see the faces return and the music and everything move on. Not to say anything badly about the drummer that was has left the band now. It was an amazing show that, as I said earlier last year, that I saw with your former drummer. Talk about the excitement of Dave joining the band and how it all came together.
Well, when we had Anders Johansson on drums for 15 years. He was in the band for that long, and when he left, it took us all a little bit, maybe not by surprise, but we were surprised that it happened at that point in time. I think.
Oh yeah.
Not that it happened at all, but just the way it happened, But because we had him for 15 years, you learn a lot about the way they play, and you get complacent maybe sometimes in terms of how you interact with him and stuff, like musically. But with David, another part of this is that Anders is 10 years older than I am, and David is about 5 years younger or whatever. So there's an age difference between those two as well, which as soon as David came into the band, there was an energy that we didn't have before. And that energy is contagious. I think we all felt it, and we all put it to good use, so to speak. It was all of a sudden a lot more fun to play. it was not something we expected. Just like the result was what it was. So we were really devastated when he said he had to leave again. But we understood his reasons, and thankfully he managed to ride out whatever the storm was, and I think he missed us, probably more than we missed him, but no, I don't know. No, but we missed him, and it's really good to have him back. So it's going to be really fun to do a full U.S. tour with him in May and June.
And that's the last thing I want to talk about today is the tour that is coming up. You're here in town. You're actually in town, I think, in June. But the tour itself, North America, May and June, it's about 20, 25 dates, something like that?
Yeah, I don't know how many dates it is. I think more, actually, because we're going to be gone for 5.5 weeks this time. So it's more than last time. And also, we do 8 shows in a row at one point, I just discovered. I didn't know that. I have myself to blame if I don't look at the schedule they send me. But well, after the shows, generally. But no, that's going to be a bit taxing. But it's, I think, in the first half of the tour, which is usually when it's still okay to do things like that. After the second half, when you enter the second half, it gets a little bit monotonous. It's in different cities, but still the same shit, and you miss home and all that sort of thing. So it's going to be good, no problem at all. And we're going to be at the Grove, I think, next time, maybe June 14th. Thereabouts, something like that.
I was going to say, after the tour's over and you're back home, what's next for you? Are you going to go back in the studio and record? Are you going to just take a break? What are you going to do?
We have some festivals coming up this summer as well. Not a lot, but we're not fully planned. But then we're going to have some time to write new material, and hopefully we'll go in the studio early next year. So, yeah, we have some writing to do.
So there we go. We know we got to catch you on tour, and we got to look for a new album. That sounds great.
2019. Yes.
Terrific. Well, this is HammerFall. You should go see them. They rock. I've seen them a few times. They rock, trust me. And thank you very much from DaBelly.